Hi friends, in this video we will discuss about Form 16 and coming to the topics. Today we will discuss what is Form 16 and who are eligible for Form 16 and who will issue Form 16 and when Form 16 is to be issued and what are the benefits of Form 16 and what happens if employer doesn't give the Form 16 within the due date and what if employee change job from one employer to another employer in the same financial year and what are the contents of Form 16. What is Form 16? Form 16 is a certificate issued by an employer to its employees after completion of particular financial year, and it contains how much salary paid to the employee and how much DDS deducted during the year. Who are eligible for Form 16? Any salaried employee working in a private sector or public sector having a employer and employee relationship, then every employee eligible for Form 16. When Form 16 is to be issued, every employer must issue Form 16 after completion of every financial year but before 15th June of next financial year. Example, let's take present financial year 2020-21 and next financial year is 2021-22. So once completion of this financial year 2021, the employer must issue Form 16 before 15th June of financial year 21-22. Due to some COVID pandemic situation and some other reasons, the department may extend the due dates. Benefits of Form 16. Form 16 helps in filing of your income tax return and Form 16 is a proof that your employer is deducted and deposited to the government and granting loans from bank people. Form 16 is useful and Form 16 also useful for visa application and also useful for credit card application and other benefits also there with Form 16. What happens if the employer doesn't give Form 16 within due date? Every employer must issue Form 16. In case employer has deducted the TDS but fails to issue Form 16, then employer has to pay minimum penalty of rupees 100 per every day until the default continues. Example, the due date for issuing Form 16 is 15th June 2021, but employer issued on 20th June 2021. The penalty has to pay from 15th to 20th June 2021. So 6 days into 100 per day. So total 600 has to pay minimum penalty. What happens if employee change job from one employer to other employer in one financial year? In case employee change job from one entity to other entity in one financial year, then he should take Form 16 from both the employer. So he have to take two Form 16s. Example, in financial 2021, Mr. A is working in ABC Limited. On 30th June 2020, he resigned in ABC Limited. So he worked 3 months in ABC Limited. Later he joined in PQR Limited on 1st July 2020. So next day only he joined in PQR Limited. Then Mr. A has to collect Form 16 both from ABC Limited and PQR Limited. Note, Mr. A has to inform the salary paid and salary deducted details of previous employer, that is ABC Limited, to the PQR Limited. Then PQR Limited will consider the previous employer details in his Form 16. Contents of Form 16. Form 16 has two parts. One is Part A and Part B. First we will discuss Part A. Components of Part A. Part A contains TAN and PAN of the employer, PAN of the employee, and summary of tax deducted, that is how much tax deducted, and quarterly how much TDS is deposited. There is a breakup of from Q1 to Q3 how much salary paid to the employee and how much TDS is deposited and acknowledgement number of the TDS payments. And next we will discuss about components of Part B. Part B is nothing but it is annexed to the Part A. Part B is a consolidated statement covering details regarding any other income as disclosed by employee to the employer, and it is prepared by the employer for its employees, and it contains details of breakup of salary and allowances and other deductions approved under chapter 6A. That is also we will discuss in this video. Salary includes basic salary. Basic salary is a fixed percentage on gross total salary, like 40% on gross total salary, and this basic salary excludes other allowances and bonus, and also salary includes dearness allowance. This dearness allowance is a fixed percentage. It depends upon the cost of inflation, and also includes leave travel allowance and leave encashment in case employee worked in holidays, then he will encash that amount, and also house rent allowance for accommodation purpose, and gratuity and bonus and other allowances. Exemptions. The exempted allowances are given to the employee as per Section 10 of Income Tax Act 1961 These are the following exemptions: gratuity, house rent allowance, leave travel allowance, children education, hostel expenditure, medical allowance, standard deduction and other allowances. Deductions from salaries. Every employee can get up to 1,50,000 under section 80C, 80CCC, 80CCD. Contribution made towards investments such as public provident fund, that is PF, and principal repayment of housing loan, and pension plans, life insurance policies, and investment in mutual funds, and Sukanya Samriddhi scheme, and any tuition fees paid for his employees' children. Other deductions: any medical expenditure and insurance premium under section 80D, he will get deduction. Interest paid on education loan under section 80E, he will get deduction. And saving interest under section 80TA also eligible for deduction. Any donations made during the financial year also eligible for deduction under section 80G. And any interest on residential home loan under section 80EE also eligible for deduction. The loss under house property which is allowed to be set off against income from salary is restricted to 2 lakhs for each financial year. Okay friends, thanks for watching. This is my first video. Please encourage me, like, share, subscribe and activate bell icon for updates, and thank you.